Go back to sleep, America. The oil crisis is over. I don't think so. Our economy is bleeding billions for foreign oil, importing nearly 70%, much of it from countries that don't like us. That's billions we should use to create American jobs. We have plenty of American natural gas to power our trucks and bus fleets. It's cheaper, cleaner, abundant, and it's ours. We've had our wake-up call. It's time to act.
And what does that mean, we need to act?
We need to put the pressure on Congress to pass H.R. 1835, and that moves you to natural gas as a serious transportation fuel.
And Congress acting, and Congress moves us there. What do you mean? How does it move us there?
Okay, they pass it. 1835 comes out. You have a diesel. You don't have to get rid of it, but when you get rid of it, you buy a domestic vehicle, a car or a truck that uses domestic fuel. And with it, you get a $65,000 tax credit.
The $65,000 tax credit, then, is acting. And your website calls subsidies and tax credits incentives. But
it's an incentive because there's an incremental difference from the diesel to the natural gas 18-wheeler, and it's $65,000.
Incentives are one thing, but you call them, I call them subsidies, and your website carries videos on how good those subsidies are for towns that install windmills, like Sweetwater, Texas.
You see restaurants and hotels and motels really thriving because there are a lot more workers here, a lot of activity going on in the community.
They're building new houses like crazy, and at Highland we're getting so many kids that want to come to our school, and that couldn't have been made possible without the windmills.
All right, wind farms receive tax credits. That creates jobs. That's a good thing?
That's a good thing, yes. But now, just a second, I know where you're headed. I'm going to preempt you, is that you want a free market. Do you think that OPEC is a free market?
No, but are we going to fix a non-free market by subsidizing wind power?
Well, wind is priced off the margin. The margin is natural gas. So it's priced at the same price as natural gas is. So, but with natural gas at $5, you can't build much wind because natural gas has to be around $7.
All right, so then you have a tax credit. You subsidize it. Sweetwater has all these jobs, and that's a good thing. But it's only the seen benefit. What about the unseen? If government subsidies really created jobs, then I can create jobs, too, with this baseball just by doing this. So
I thought you were going to miss it.
Not a chance.
You practiced.
Right in the strike zone, too. So I just lost a piece of glass, right? But I've created a job for a glassmaker.
Yeah, but I'm not destroying anything to create jobs. I'm creating something to create jobs.
But you're pulling money with these tax credits from other taxpayers who might have spent it, just as I might have spent my money instead of on this glass or on the person to clean it up, to buy a shirt or to give it to charity. That's
John,
the
we're not
unseen
asking
cost.
you to subsidize it. We are taking it out of what is paid in taxes. So you're not going to get to buy something. What?
Someone in the audience took issue. I'll take issue.
Okay,
with that. A tax credit.
What was it? I'd like to hear. I know you're paying it. I'm saying the taxes are in there. We're going to use some of it to get this started, and with it, you're going to end up with jobs. But
some is more than zero.
All right, but you're not Mike, so let me have the conversation.
Okay. But when you look at, for instance, Carl Pope, that executive director of Sierra Club, he says you do the wind, and if you do the wind to the magnitude that the government said in the report of April 07, if you do the wind to that magnitude, how much is it? 200,000 megawatts. It'll be done over a 10-year period. That would create, he says, 5 million jobs.
All right, but the tax credits to allow that might have created 6 million jobs, for all I know.
That's good. That's fine. Do it.
We've lost 1 million jobs, though. If you take the money and you give it to the wind farm, you're taking it from someplace else.
That's exactly what you're doing. Now, I'm not arguing with you about
it.
You don't think this geologist can't see that? I'm not an economist. You know what an economist is, John?
Someone who is dull on TV programs?
That's close. It's a guy that couldn't be a CPA.
That's it? That's the whole joke? Okay.
Well, he didn't have the personality to be a
hand,
CPA, so he's an economist. Okay, good. You had it.
When we return, we'll get into the big issue, energy independence. We're back now with oil billionaire Boone Pickens. One reason he says he runs ads promoting natural gas and wind power is that America is in danger because of our dependence on foreign oil. And this is an area where you and former Vice President Gore are in agreement. So, Vice President Gore, I still have my green phone here. Your office has the number. Please, if you ever want to talk about global warming or...
Someday Al's going to call you on that.
I hope he does. He's got these energy schemes I want to ask.
If Al ever invites you to lunch, go.
I absolutely will. He has.
I went over to Regency, and he said before I got there, he said, I'm going to order lunch. What would you like? I said, whatever you eat will be great with me. It was great with me. I opened the door to his suite, and an odor overwhelmed me.
Odor of?
Cheeseburger and fries. I won't order it, but I'll sure eat it.
Well, Mr. Gore, I love the cheeseburger, and I'd love to talk to you because I know this subject is important to you because you say...
The survival of the United States of America as we know it is at risk.
This is conventional wisdom. Everyone seems to agree that our dependence is a horrible problem. Last election, every big candidate campaigned on it.
Barack Obama will make energy independence an urgent priority as we break the grip of foreign oil.
Helping break the back of our oil dependency.
End our addiction to foreign oil and move us toward energy independence.
We know we can't power America's future on energy that's controlled by foreign dictators.
As I mentioned earlier, achieving energy independence has been promised for years.
This intolerable excessive dependence on foreign energy sources.
They promise
Bring us closer to energy
Independence for our country by 1980.
by 1985.
In 10 years,
By the year 2025.
but our failure to achieve it hasn't dampened enthusiasm for it.
That is what this is about in the final analysis. It's about this great country of ours and making a stand for what we believe in, standing up for American dominance and superiority.
Dominance and superiority? There is another point of view, and I'm kind of partial to it, so let me bring on journalist Robert Bryce. He's the author of a book called Gusher of Lies, The Dangerous